Hi, I'm Madeline, and today I'm going to show you some ways of making fairy houses. First, let's gather our items. You can grab like mosses and sticks and stones, anything that you find around the yard. Now that we've gathered our materials, I found the perfect spot to make our fairy house. First, I'm going to start by putting some wood. I'm going to make the wood as a back wall for the fairies. First, I'm going to dig out a tiny bit of ground so they stay up. Then I'm going to put this little arbor that someone made for us right here. I think I'm going to put some moss under the bottom right here. So it's almost like a little rug for the fairies. And then I'm going to put this, which I found laying around our house, inside the arbor. And then I think I'll put these little flowers as an offering to the fairies in it. And then I think I'll make a little path. So now that we've got our path, I think I may add a little roof for the fairies. I'm going to use this moss to put on top of this. And then I think now I may add a bench. I'm going to use these two rocks to make a bench. I've already dug out some ground to put the other rocks so it'll stay standing up. And then I may add some moss as cushioning so the fairies aren't sitting on something hard. Now I'm going to make them a garden. I made these two mushrooms out of a rock that I painted red, and I added white dots on it. And then I glued them to sticks. I think I'll put them right here. Now it's time to add some plants for our garden. I found this plant that I put in the yard, and I think I'm going to put it right here. It's a perfect time to be planting these because the rainwater will water your plants. But in the summer, don't forget to water them. And then I also found this one. I think I may put it here. I think that's all I'm going to do for our fairy garden. For my next fairy house, I chose to do it in my mom's herb pot. It's perfect because the dense foliage will protect it from the elements. First, I'm going to make our fairy house. Right now, it's just a piece of bark, but I'm going to show you how to make it into an actual fairy house. First, I'm going to take this moss and make it as a roof. And then I've got this shell that I found at the beach, and I'm going to make that as a door. Now I'm going to add this bench made out of sticks. And then I'll add my gate. I made this gate out of sticks. Then I'll add our bird bath. The bird bath I made is made out of a rock and an acorn cap. You can even fill it with water. Now I'm going to make our bushes. I took some moss and rolled it up into a ball. And then I've got these red berries that I can put on it. Now I'm going to add our pumpkin. You can make these out of clay. I'm now going to make another bush. And then I'm going to add this cute little bug that's made out of a painted rock. You can paint rocks. I found this one. Now I'm going to make an offering to the fairies. I'm going to take this little tiny wooden stump that I made, or that I found, and put a little rock on it to make a table. And then I'm going to put some berries in an acorn cap. I added this little fern leaf to make it look better. Now I'm going to set it on the table. And that's the fairy house. For my third fairy house, I chose to make it under this holly bush. I found this amazing piece of bark. It will make an amazing house. So I'm going to set this bark here as the background of it, or the back room of it. And then I might cover the floor with moss so the fairies aren't stepping on any of the pine cone stuff. So now that I've filled the floor with the moss, it's practically like a carpet. Now I'm going to use this really big stick that I found, and I'm going to break it to make walls. Now that we've got our wall structure up, I'm going to cover it with moss. So now that we finished our walls, I found this piece of bark that I'm going to make a bed for them. But since they're going to sleep on it, I'm going to fill it with some grass. This will make it comfortable for them. Now I'm going to put it in the house. Next, I'm going to add these acorns for them. I felted these acorns by making a ball, and then I glued acorn caps on them. I'm going to stick the acorns outside. But I'm going to keep one acorn to make an offering for them. I'm going to keep the green one to make an offering for them. I'm going to leave it on a piece of bark that I leave outside the home. Now I'm going to make some furniture for them. I'm going to take some of the other bark that I have, and I might make little chairs out of it for them. Like by taking it and like going like this, so it sits like a chair. Oh dear. I think I'll probably make one more chair, and then I might make a table for them. So now that we've added our table and chairs, I left a little offering of berries on the table. Now I'm going to spread some berries and acorns around. I hope I gave you some good ideas. I hope you have fun in making your own. Enjoy!